is the problem. Government is the problem.
I hope y'all are doing absolutely incredible. Welcome to the stream and happy Monday. Hi, 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 hi. America, yeah. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hope y'all are doing absolutely incredible, amazing, beautiful, sexy, gorgeous, all the funny, cool, sexy things. Welcome to the stream and happy Monday. I hope y'all are doing good. Today we have lots of shit to talk about. Kick still bad, streaming number bad, Twitch dying, oh my god. VTubers. Actually, VTubers are completely fine. We're doing pretty good. Good job, us. Good job, VTubers. We have done nothing for like 2 weeks. Pretty pog. Good job. Now it's the IRL streamers' turn to be fucked up and weird. But before we get fully into it, hi! If you haven't seen the new YouTube video, it is linked at the top of the chat if you want to check it out. It's basically me yapping about my experience about bottom surgery. I've talked a little bit about it here on stream a couple of times, but I thought it was time to kind of like make a official video statement, whatever, because people, oh my god, I'm just like, everyone like always asks me so many questions. Dude, I had like 4 cups of coffee before stream. I'm like pumped the fuck up, okay? You don't get it. I am here. I'm fucking like, I'm awake, okay? Does anyone need some fucking gooning done? Because my bed is ready and my hands are empty. Well, that is a way to open stream. Everybody, hi Penguin, hi Duck, hi Spark, hi Rudolph, hi Prey, of course. Hi Ghost, shut up, stop it. Hi Rats, hi. Don't worry, my hand tracking. Actually, that's another thing we have to talk about. Oh my god, there's so many things to talk about. Oh, there's gonna be a fucking yapper. Okay, 1, less sad, question mark, more upsetting for 3D VTubers specifically. Okay, Cyan Blue Sky. Hi, Terrence. Welcome in. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Chat, we have so many things to talk about. Oh, Lord! Fierce, thank you so much for the 3 months. God damn. Very true. Hi, Mom! Okay. Chat, 1, if you do not know, if you're a 3D VTuber or you're planning on going 3D, small little, not so epic. Basically, leap motion, if you do not know how hand tracking works for 3D VTubers. So, for 3D VTubers, you have a couple options for hand tracking. So when I say hand tracking, it only tracks your grippers, your gorilla grippers, your dick havers, your boob grabbers, even your your new necklace. I need to calm down. Anyway, whatever. Basically, leap motion is the easiest alternative and kind of the entry point for hand tracking, not only for 3D VTubers, but also for a lot of game devs, stuff like that, animations, whatever. Ever watched like a Overwatch animation 3D Futanari 50K, 7 hour long, and they're just like massively just jerking off? Probably 3D leap motion was helping with that because it's so easy to do. Right here, you can see it. You can see my grippers right here. See? Crow, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. So basically, the company Leap Motion, who makes what's called the Ultra Leap, which is what I personally use, is shutting down. Just nah. I don't think. Fine. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore, Mr. Krabs. They're going to be shutting down because it's just not profitable anymore, I guess, for the company to produce. Because, it's expensive. It takes a fuckload of time, and people found easier, faster, and more affordable alternatives. The problem with this is a lot of indie VTubers, specifically indie 3D VTubers, will have a way fucking harder time to get proper hand tracking that is like pretty good and affordable. The Leap Motion, the first one, came out like 2018, 2020, something like that. And it was like 150, 200-ish euros, which isn't that fucking crazy. Like, it's a lot of money, but it's not like $2,000. The second best entry point you have is like hand tracking gloves from, hold up, let me get the name right. Let me get the name company right. Mocap Studios, or Stretch Sense is what they're called.
God bless all those 3D animators who made the BioShock Infinite and made 3D animation better as a result.
Thank you, BioShock people. Basically, if you have like roughly $1,000 to just, really burning hole in your pockets, this is Stretch Sense. This is their mocap gloves, and they are wireless. They're very, very, very simple to set up, and they also work with the Mocopy trackers, which is really nice. But they're still like 800 euros with shipping. That's a lot more than 200. That's more dollars than $200. That's just a couple of more dollarinos. So if you are a 3D VTuber, there is a couple other things you can do for free hand tracking. There is a couple apps called XRAR Animation, which utilizes your webcam. There are a couple ones that cost like a couple dollars. There's a couple ones that are completely free. There's a couple of studios working on trying to make it like a very free and easy alternative, but it's still not great. And yeah, I'm kind of upset about it, especially as somebody who has stuck to 3D for so long. Like when I started VTubing, everyone was like, oh my god, you're gonna go 3D? That is so stupid. Going 3D is like you're just like burning fucking money. You're never gonna be like future proof. Imagine how much harder it will be to like get like work done. Like it's heavier on your computer, blah blah blah. And now it's like people are like 3D versus 2D every fucking day. It's so stupid. Doesn't fucking matter. I love 3D. I love 3D. Once 2.0 is out, everything will be 3D. Everything will be 3D. Everything! You see Venom back there? I'm gonna have Venom twerking in 3D, bitch. I'm gonna have real 19 inches of venom, okay? I don't give a fuck! It's gonna be fucking human accurate 19 inches venom in my face, throwing it back in my fuck ass club, bitch. Sorry, I'm sorry, this. Deep breaths. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. We're fine. Everything's okay. I'm not upset. I'm just really hyped today. Welcoming everyone. There is obviously some VR options out there.
Hello, Melissabo 4 hype. The beer is to the left. Condoms you find used on the floor.
I just restocked those used condoms for you. I did that last night. You're welcome. Anyway, what is this stream? What is happening? This is my stream and I'm like confused. Yummers! What? Fucking Jesus Christ. Okay. I would have help shaking my head. Listen, I don't need help. I just almost spilled my fucking water everywhere. I wish I was an IRL streamer just so you could see the crazy grab I just did. Oh God. Ugh, whatever. Oh my God, my hands are so wet right now. Pause. Anyway, okay. Anyway, that is upsetting, that is sad, but hopefully sooner rather than later there will be another company or an easier, better way of having hand tracking as specifically 3D VTubers. And I'm going to say this right now, a lot of people compliment my hand tracking. It fucking sucks, okay? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. The hand tracking I have is fucking garbage. It's just a lot of readjusting, and honestly, these zoom-ins that I do, most of the time, it's so that it enhance a joke or whatever, but it's also, like, very much a hide sometimes how shit the hand tracking is. Like, if I do not have my zoom-ins and you get to finally see how garbage hand tracking can be if it's not, like, adjusted properly or it's just fucking having a bad day, like, you would be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll be fine without hand tracking. Hi, Toxic. Seriously, fuck you, little bottom bitch. And also, you're such a good, pathetic little puppy. So yeah. That's upsetting. That is something. Anyway, over to something even more upsetting. Are we so ready for this? Not upsetting, but kind of crazy. I wanted to talk about it because I think it's important I think it's important for streamers to talk about, well, streamer news, I guess. Let's talk about the best, most wholesome platform on all of the internet. Kick.com. Sorry. I'm not making a joke here. It's such a wholesome, nice, wholesome platform. Basically, and Jesus fuck ass Christ, if you ever needed a reason to not stream on Kick, let me give you 2. More than there already are. Okay, so here's a little like backstory for the people who has no idea the rules or the TOS of Kick.com. Kick.com, if you do not know, is an alternative to Twitch, which is sadly, they stole my color, it's green. It's basically green Twitch. That's also like another nickname for Kick, whatever. Kick's TOS is wildly different than Twitch's TOS, where Twitch has an overcompassing TOS on the entire website that everybody got to follow. Not everyone has to follow the exact same rules on Kick, depending on what kind of content you produce. example, if you say if you build like robots as an example, or like an electrician or something like that, if something may go wrong, you will not be punished for it the similar way you would be punished by, say, Twitch. As an example, if I was an electrician and I was showing you like what not to do, right, and like something like fucking exploded or something, Twitch could punish me and even ban my channel or suspend it at least, because I am conducting harmful like conduct on their website or showing people how to harm themselves, or at least they could argue so. On Kick, it's more so, it depends on what you do, right? Hijack, hello cheese bags, what the fuck? So, because of those TOS's, changes, rules, whatever you want to fucking call it, a lot of people think, oh wow, that is actually really good. And like, if you just took that like from like a surface standpoint and just like put that everywhere, sure, you could say it's good and like how Twitch should be. No! But we're not going to talk about that. It's too complicated and takes too long. Here's what I'm going to talk about. On Kick, there was a French streamer who his entire bit was basically being bullied, being punched, being thrown water at, being like strung up, go into rings with boxers, like professional fighters, like anything and everything you could think about. This fucker said was like a bit, right? And his friends was into it, and then basically they tortured him until he passed away live on stream. He was doing a subathon, and every single day, like literally at any fucking moment, his friends could just fucking pop off and just punch him and or throw something at him or whatever. And randomly one day he just went to bed and, according to the headline, was had a heart attack and passed away. Everything live streamed on Kick. And Kick didn't do shit. They didn't do anything about it. His account wasn't suspended. His friends wasn't suspended or banned or anything right away. They literally didn't do fucking shit about it. They just went, well, that was his content. That's insane. Actually insane, right? Very sad, extremely upsetting, extremely crazy or the length some people will go to for views, and how insane some people are when they are allowed to just do whatever the fuck they want. Yesterday, not even, like less than 24 hours ago, another streamer on Kick, of course, didn't pass away, but assaulted a person to such a degree that they thought he passed away. Okay. For context, I'm not going to show the footage, obviously, for many, many reasons, and you can find it. It is so easy, disturbingly easy to find. But basically, the streamer on Kick went to a wrestling event and was watching this professional, like wrestler / fighter, entertainer, whatever you want to call them. And apparently, they had beef in the past and then had squared that shit up, right? All public, you can find it, whatever. And then he was there live on his Kick account. Live on Kick is so weird to say. And during this guy's match, during this guy's show, he was like whispering into his microphone about like what he was going to do and how he was going to attack this guy. This streamer apparently also was a professional fighter. And so, small clarification, the victim was sorry for the content, but I don't believe that was his channel. I don't know, and I tried to find out before stream, but it's very confusing because so much of it was in French, and I do not speak French. But if anyone can clarify it, please let me know. But this other streamer basically was talking about how he was going to attacked this very big guy, and he walked into his ring after the show, like right after. So the guy didn't have time to like do anything. The streamer just like drops all he has and just walks into the ring and slams this guy into the mat.
Hello Sarah_Dynamite. The beer is to the left. Condoms you find used on the floor.
And professional wrestlers and fighters and stuff like that, obviously they know how to like take a hit, take a punch, take a dive, whatever. But it's all choreographed or rehearsed or at least practiced fucking days and weeks prior to what actually happens in the show. This wasn't scripted. This wasn't something he was prepared for. This guy just came in and slammed him, like completely body slammed this guy. And because he was quite tall and very muscular and quite fucking heavy, he hit his head extremely hard. So hard that he completely blacked out. And the streamer wailed on him while he was unconscious for 28 times plus. That's how many punches they counted, but it's probably more. And again, because of the TOSs they have on Kick, I almost said Twitch, on Kick, they didn't fucking punish him, or at least haven't yet, as far as I'm aware. And the person who was assaulted got rushed to the hospital immediately, and so far is alive and stable, and they think is going to make a full recovery. But it's fucking crazy. It's insane we have gotten to a point where live streaming isn't anymore like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with people. I want to hang out with my community. I want to hang out with like-minded people, individuals, whatever. It is like, what the fuck is the craziest shit I can do for numbers? And this guy had many times done like stunts or whatever, public pranks and whatever, for the sole reason to like rack up viewership. And it's insane to see, and it's crazy, and I'm very fucking upset that the streaming world has gotten to a point where fucking straight up murder is like happening, and it's not even that shocking, which is the craziest part. Like, it was only a question of time. As soon as Kick was live, I think like Critical was the first person who said it. Like, it was like super big and popular, of course. And he literally said, like, somebody's going to die on that platform. It's just a matter of time. And didn't take fucking long, did it? So here we are. That is upsetting. It's something I wanted to talk about and I want to shed light on, because I think it's important for streamers, especially streamers, to talk about and shed light on shit like this. Because I'm going to be fucking honest with you, chat. I love you. I love my community. But you don't do literally fucking everything for views. At the end of the day, like, turn off the stream, turn off the PC. Who the fuck are you, right? And so, it's insane. Actually insane. Like, oh my God. And like, also, I have never once told people to like not stream on a platform because, oh, well, the platform is owned by shitty people, but like every place is owned by shitty people, you know what I mean? But it's a little different when like straight up assault and murder happens on your website and you just go, wasn't me. It happens on your fucking website, motherfucker. Hello? You host this shit. Take fucking accountability. Like, what? And then I fucking see this half-assed piece of shit, this full-on garbage human being called Aiden Ross, who is partially the CEO/owner of Kick, give the most non-apology fucking ever, and then he goes, oh yeah, I'm actually gonna pay for the fucking funeral as well. Shut the fuck up, you actual garbage human fucking being. Like, actually shut the fuck up. Like, oh my, fuck off. Oh my God. Like, I talked in length about how garbage Aiden Ross is multiple times, and I refuse to fucking give this piece of shit more time in my head. And if you want to know why he's such a piece of shit and why I fucking hate him, you can Google Aiden Ross. There is multiple documentary length videos on all the garbage shit this man has done on the internet over the course of the 7-8 years he's been a streamer. What do you think of XQC? Don't fucking even get me started. That is even actually more upsetting to me, to be honest. Like, XQC, oh brother. Like, so I am going to gently suggest, I will never tell you to do something, chat, but I'm going to gently suggest that nobody, at least from my community, even touch the website of Kick. Go to the website, make an account in your name to like save your username and shit, like so nobody can like steal it and use it for malicious like intent, and then just never fucking go on the website ever again. Ugh. Jesus fuck ass Christ. Ugh. My lord. This guy should not be streaming anymore on any platform. True. Like 100%. You're so fucking right. Ugh. Never steal my username anyway. You know what? Completely fair. Completely, absolutely fair. That is the like upsetting thing sometimes, like as a streamer, especially like a trans content creator, because people will try to like use your name to like just do garbage shit so they can be like, look, this person is actually garbage because they're trans and how dare they? So like every single website I have to just like make an account on just so nobody can fucking take it and be a piece of shit. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh, Lord. So those are the streamer updates I wanted to touch base upon because I think it's very important. I think it is very upsetting to see streaming has gotten to a point where like murder and actual torture happens like it's like a normal fucking thing. And don't get me wrong, like we have seen content from people that is like, you know, doing shit like that. And people have like been okay with it in the past for multiple reasons and whatever. But it's slightly different having like, you know, Jackass do a stupid stunt where they hurt themselves and record it versus, you know, a streamer, a non-professional person who is just there, who is just being fucking like actually tortured like it's normal. Like we just like people sat there like it's crazy.
We live in a Black Mirror episode.
It is crazy, insane to sit there and watch someone day in and day out for not a couple of days or whatever, like a long time, like actual hours, days, weeks even, be so maliciously tortured, bullied, harassed, and people were like, Lamau, XD, like Jesus Christ, insane. I mean, Mr. Beast did war crime level and tortured on his buddies. Dude, don't even fucking get me on started on fucking Mr. Breast, Mr. Billionaire, Mr. Quadrillionaire, whatever the fuck he is. Ugh. It's like saying Mr. Beast is like saying... it's like having poison in your mouth. You just want to like spit it out like Mr. It's like saying JK Rowling. Just gets caught in your fucking throat. You don't want them to say it even. Ugh. Sounds like this kind of thing that old horror stories about dark web would feature, just like normal subjective streaming services. Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's what I recommend any streamer or content creator do. Like, even on the shitty websites, even on porn websites, like, straight up get an account, like, make an account just like you have your name, so nobody can use it. I know it's upsetting that you have to do that, but like, dude, when I fucking made my PlayStation account, somebody stole my fucking name, and I tried to like ask them who stole my name, and they were like, it's just like some person from Poland. Hey, if you're Polish and you took my name, DM me. Let me have my name back. You fucker. Like, what? Oh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset about that, actually. Exactly, Ginger. Also, welcome in, sweetie. I'm sorry. I was like too in the moment to like say hello. Over to lighter news, but also, I mean, to some people upsetting, I guess, whatever. Except Szycrotic on Twitter. No. I am not. The only website I've had problems with is PlayStation or on account and on what was the website called again? Oh my lord, what the fuck? I can't remember. Reddit. Oh my god. Because somebody else had taken it, but I got it back, so it was fine. Like, I literally DM'd the person on Reddit, and I was like, "Hey, can I have this name?" And they're like, "Sure." I don't even use this account anymore. And I was like, "Perfect, easy." Okay. Here's the less upsetting news, but it can be like somewhat upsetting, especially if you're a smaller account streamer, whatever. So, many of you may know that Twitch, for many years, have had a huge, crazy view botting problem. If anyone remembers the like bot problems that was targeting VTubers a couple of years ago, there's been a lot of bot problems against specifically femme or female streamers, things like that. Twitch cracked their knuckles. They did like a fucking Kaneki getting tortured and was like, I get it now. I can see now. I can see the code. There is no spoon. And they are cracking down on view botting. Slight little problem. Tiny problem. Small little issue. A lot of accounts, which is hilarious. And currently, right now, as of me talking right this second, the entirety of Twitch has lost about between 24 to 36% of viewership, just like gone down, like across the website. So every viewer or every streamer, I mean, their viewership is down overall, like as like a giant like average between 24 to 36%, like across the website. And and specifically, there is a couple of accounts that was so okay, to break this down a little bit. So when you run an ad on Twitch, you can choose, if you are affiliate, you can choose how many ads you want in an hour. And you can have up to, if I remember correctly, 6 or 12 ads an hour. It's like you can have an ad like every 15 or 30 minutes. It's something crazy. Like you can have a lot of fucking ads. And so, so some people would make these like ASMR channels or whatever, and they would basically be just like a pretty person and just sit there and do ASMR for like 6 hours for like 1 or 2 streams. And then they would just rerun those streams over and over and over again for years, like actual years. And then they would go live like twice a year, because you have to, if you're Twitch partnered, you have to go live at least once a year if you're partnered, to keep your partner badge. and then would actually go live for like 5 or 6 hours, like once or twice a year to keep their partner badge and everything, and then just rerun that shit again for like 5 to 6 months. And then they would just have the most amount of ads they possibly could while running affiliate links at the same time. And estimately, they were making between $10,000 to $30,000 a month. And what they would do is they would bot themselves, right? Or like ask somebody to bot them by like 20 or 30%, and then go to their sponsors and say, hey, our viewership is up by 20 to 30%, which is possible. Like that is a crazy big like jump, but it's plausible within like a CCV contract, base contract. And then their sponsor would go, oh, we can make more money now because they have more viewership. That's pretty cool. So they like ask for more money in their contract, stop botting themselves, and then keep the money, have some slight fluctuation in their botting to like keep it looking real, and then just fucking do it again and just keep it going. And insane. Not only that, but a bunch of other bigger streamers are currently very upset that their viewership is down by a lot because say, as an example, XQC has an average of, say, 15 to 20,000 viewers, like anytime he goes live, right? Currently, his views is down below 10,000, right? Which he has not been below 10,000 in like actual years. Like in like run when he was started, you know, that was kind of like around the numbers he was playing. And that can be very upsetting because sponsors do not want you to do that. They don't want you to do that. And so he went to Twitter and was like, I am not botting. I don't understand why my views are so low. What is happening? Now, XQC is part of a talent called Mythic. A bunch of other streamers are. And so there's currently an investigation on a bunch of, not only Mythic, but a bunch of other talent agencies where they think they are slowly, like really tiny, like crazy small, view botting their talents to make them look a lot bigger than they really are. As an example, if you are a esports manager, you're a VTuber agency, call yourself, let me think, Cringe Shoujo. Yep, that is my VTuber name, agency. Hi, Brett. Hi, Byro. So, I'm the CEO of Cringe Shoujo over here, the best company ever made. Trust me, nothing bad will ever happen. And I have like 3 talents that are pretty fucking established on Twitch and other websites. They pull pretty good numbers. Say they have a CCV of like 10,000 each, right? Together, they pull in 30,000 viewers every time they go live on Twitch, roughly, right? Then you have to have a fail margin between 15 to 30-ish% because, you know, views can be up and down on Twitch and when you stream it, blah, blah, blah. If I want to, I want to hire AI Candy for my company. AI Candy, pretty fucking established, big name, blah, blah, blah. They won't want to join a smaller company. 10,000 viewers. Pity numbers. Pocket change. Garbage. That's what they would say. This is, by the way, a funny reenactment. I don't know if Candy fucking would say that. So what would you do? Well, instead of gunning immediately try to get a contact with that person, you bought your own talents. Not a lot. Just like 1,000 viewers. 4,000 viewers. Huh, that's pretty good. Bring it back down. So like they have like an increase of like, say, 2,000 viewers, right? Consistently. That's pretty good. That's more than 10. Now you're sitting at 12. That's pretty good. And you would slowly do this over the course of like 6 months, a year even. now your talents are sitting at like almost 20,000 each. Suddenly, you can say, oh yeah, our talents together pulling 60,000 viewers to your newer talents. That's more than 30,000. That's crazy. Imagine being in front of 60,000 people. That is insane, right? And that's what they think a lot of talents or agencies have done. And I was like, I wonder if any agency would have done this, by the way. So I like looked more into it. There's a lot of agencies that have done this many times. Many times. So, even if, and I want to specify this, even if you see a lot of streamers with like a lot lower numbers, that does not necessarily mean that they are the one doing it, but perhaps their agency were. Never join a corporate chat. Never join. You can do shit yourself. And some streamers just stopped going live on Twitch. Interesting. I wonder why. As soon as they implemented this change. I wonder why. That is crazy. I mean, if you went live and you weren't botting and your views were a little lower, isn't that actually good because Twitch removed some bots who were watching you? That's actually pretty good. So why are you so afraid to go live? Are you maybe scared that like all your viewership will almost go away? So that is so that Twitch change was good. Okay, overarchingly, it's amazing. It's actually genuinely big W's and spam W's in chats, crazy big love, whatever. Like it's actually like a really good change because a lot of people obviously are very scared that, you know, if they have a viewer increase, that it's botting, you know, like a lot of VTubers, especially a lot of VTubers, have that fear of like, oh, my stream did really well. I wonder if I'm getting botted without my knowledge right now. Like that has happened not only to me, but to other streamers, big streamers, small streamers, medium streamers, to streamers you like. The amount of times I've thought to myself, nobody would ever care what I had done. And then something would happen and people cared what I did. And whatever, right? If you ever think to yourself, that will never happen to me. It can. You just never know when. Hi, Kono. What are these stream titles? What is my stream title? I forgot. What is my stream title? I forgot. Well, whatever. TRANSFEM GOONER. That's what I am! That's who I am! Why are you booing me? I am just right! I am simply fucking right! I'm just telling the truth! Can't believe I'm getting hated on by Konotomo, biggest streamer on Twitch. Because I'm spewing
on a
fucking
completely different
facts
tangent,
right now.
I got a micro SD card for a Raspberry Pi and the band is PKLK, but in the package it leaks like it says PILK.
I was only the biggest streamer yesterday for 8 hours. Biggest streamer Konotomo in my chat! Can we get 15 shoutouts? Also, welcome in all the new people. Welcome in. Hi. Also, I completely... sorry, Cyber. Kono, get your clip button ready.
Why am I so...
That's not what I meant! That is some insane timing! Ara. And Cyber, you're such a good boy. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Nice. Can't believe it. Can't believe you messed up that. mean, Kono? TRANSFEM GOONER.
Hello, hungry for hippo. The beer is to
hi,
the
Hippo.
left. Condoms you find used on the floor.
Kono, are you such a good puppy boy with some big ass muscles? Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. I was modding for 8 hours. It was a pleasure batting the haters. 8 hours! Jesus fucking Christ. I thought the TTS was going to be a good boy. No, I do it. All manual, baby. Fucking pet the mods. Can we get some hearts in chat for the mods? Can we get some love, some kisses, some forehead kisses even? Speaking of forehead kisses and love and hearts, chat. Okay. Yes, you know what? I do want to talk about this. Okay. So, yesterday, okay, I found out yesterday my hands have gotten smaller. Right? You may wonder, so what the fuck do you mean? So, little known fact. Not little, but slightly little. When you are on HRT, no, your hands do not shrink because HRT, or feminizing at least, HRT does not change your bone structure. You can lose shoe size, but there's a reason for it. It's not because your feet necessarily get smaller, it's because the fat redistribution happens everywhere, right? And when you suddenly have less fat in like your hands and your feet, your shoe size can go down, your ring size can go down, things like that. So here's how I found this out yesterday, right? I knew about the feet thing. I didn't think about that, you know, going to my hands. I've always had like really thin hands. So I've never had like, I never thought they could get fucking thinner, but here we are. So yesterday, I'm doing my thing. I'm in bed, you know, late at night, you know, working on some blue Twitch stuff, and hey, I'm a gooner. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And I have a flashlight with an E, right? And I get done with my session and I go to clean and I realize my hand can fit through this entire thing now. And I'm like, that's not normal. That's new. Why can my hand go through this fucking Pringle can? And I was like, have I lost a shit ton of weight or something? Like, what is happening here? Thank you so much. Thank you, Nate. Holy shit, 32 months. That's crazy. Hi, Izzy! You're a nerd. How about that? You know what? We can both be nerds together. You want to be nerds together? You want to, I don't know, you want to be sad together and watch Edge Runners again? And so I was like, wow. I didn't, actually. And I was like, interesting. So like I Googled around and I was like, I knew about the you know, you can drop shoe size while on HRT. I didn't know your hands get smaller. Well, it's not that your physical like hand has gotten smaller. It's just the fat in your hand is like not as much and a little thinner. So like your overall like the mass of your hand is slightly thinner. So I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? That's crazy. Is he inside the same place? Actually, I am Isabella Ooze. Have you ever seen Isabella Ooze? And I mean, fuck, wait, is that even Isabella? Is Isabella Ooze your fucking name still? Are you gonna change your name? Tell me all about it. Hi, Sketch. Have you ever seen me and Izzy in the same place ever? Little did you know, Izzy is me and I'm Izzy. Little did you know, chat. Have you ever seen me and Kona in the same place together? Nope. Actually, I am Kona. Little did you know. Yeah, I am every single VTuber. Okay, Isabella Oos, thank you for clarifying. The flashlight. The flashlight fistinator? Okay. We've been at the same place at the same time several times. Can't believe Izzy would just go live and spread lies on the internet. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's not like we, literally sat here and yapped and argued for like 5 hours about different types of media and specifically cyberpunk edge runners. It's crazy. These tits don't lie. That is actually true. Fuck, wait. No, actually, lies. More lies. Lies and deceit! Exactly, Penguin. Exactly! It's crazy. It's crazy that somebody can come into my chat and just go edging for hours as usual. And it's the most normal thing ever. Dick, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Naomi, hi! Are we staring? Are we just like staring at? Yeah, can I get a with a side of and a large Are you like licking my eyeballs? Is that what is happening here? Like, I'm fine with it. I'm just asking. I just been like, I want to be clear what is happening. I'll clean them for you next time. I wouldn't wait. Can I do the sniffer emote in Vinian? Is that a thing I can do? Oh Lord, oh God, please. Is it this thing? Is it this thing? Shimmy! Ah, wait.
Everyone's here to hear about She's Sexy Pringles Can Accident.
Smells like bottom in here. Bruh, I can't change the actual like focal length of the camera. It just moves me closer to you. It just is this. Chat, I may be far away, but I'm always close. Jesus! Hey! Hey, you over there! Can I have a bite of that burger? I'm gonna finish that. You're gonna finish that fries? Why is this so fucking fast? Jesus. What did you mean by this? I meant exactly what I meant. Like, okay, here's a normal, like, thing. Like, you just, like, zoom like this. And this is... and this is, like, the button thing. Goku meme.mp3. God, I really badly want that Goku, like, supreme shitty jacket as a toggle. Because I think it would be funny. I need to Burger Max for boob growth. Yo, Burger. as in Max, as in Mux, as in the Swedish burger chain Mux, the greatest, best burger chain on fucking this earth? Because it is. It's so fucking... Chat, hear me out. Listen to everyone. Listen to me, okay? If you ever are in Sweden, right? So, in Sweden, they have like Burger King, McDonald's. They have like the normal shit, whatever. Shut the fuck up. You need to look for this logo right here. Right? This thing. This fucking giant red Max logo. This thing right here. I promise you, I bet you, I promise. Okay? I've eaten at like fucking every fucking burger location you possibly can think of eating at. Later, Izzy. Good night. Good night. Sleep well. You gotta eat here. Eat at this place. Or if you're in Norway, this is a super old burger chain in Norway, and there are not many of them left. But if you see, why is this so small? But if you see a burger chain or a little store or whatever with fucking, what is happening with this right here? Trust me. Trust. I promise you. This is the greatest burger chain I have ever eaten at. But it's so rare to find, like out in the open, whatever, that you just gotta be lucky as fuck, or like, hold up, I'm gonna Google the closest one to me right now to see like how far I would have to drive to get to one. The closest oh my god. The closest one to me right now is, holy shit, it is 9.5 hours away. Jesus Christ. I would do it though. I'm so serious. If I had the money and the time and everything to like just go on a fucking 9-hour fucking trip to this restaurant, I actually would. I'm so serious. You know, if anyone has ever watched How I Met Your Mother, you know that fucking shitty pizza joint that Marshall and Ted like always go on like a massive drive for? Me on this, for this fucking burger place. I'm so serious. Road trip. Date idea. That is a terrible date idea. Imagine going on a 9-hour road trip with like a potential date or partner or whatever, and you actually end up hating each other. Like 40 minutes into the trip, you find out they're actually like a crazy racist person. And you're like, and now you're stuck in this car for like 10 hours. Tomorrow's stream, road trip. Hi, Cobb. Aren't you Norwegian side? Okay, I need you to understand. Yes, I am Norwegian, right? I am very fucking Norwegian, bruv. Strasvitsjes, But also, when it comes to the Nordic countries, I have lived and been in all of them, okay? And there is, you know, like how, okay, not one singular place or person can do everything perfectly, okay? The Nordic countries are all individually pretty good.
Hello Killer Snack 2. The beer is to the left, condoms you find used on the floor.
Snack, you say? Bag. You wanna like come over later? Sorry. Anyway, so the Nordic countries together make for like one really fucking banger. Like if like all the Nordic countries, like every single one of them, like was one giant country, it would be the best country in the world, right? But we're not, which is probably good. Whatever. So here's like the trick to it. You want to make money and live in Norway because we make the most amount of money out of the Norwegian countries, and we also pay the most to our workers, right? Minimum wage in Norway starts at 22,000 krones, which is roughly about $2,000 a month, right? But there's better fast food and some better candy in Sweden, right? But then the nature is cooler in Iceland. And if you ever play Death Stranding, that's what the nature of Death Stranding is based upon, first one specifically. But then Finland has the coolest, the best alcohol prices and like the price to amount of alcohol you can buy. And they kind of have better music. I'm not going to lie. Norwegian music. No. We have good Norwegian like artists, but they never sing in Norwegian. Like, I cannot tell you a Norwegian artist that isn't from like 2002. And they only sing either about like drinking, partying, or they just sing in English. And that's it. Swedish fish is the only thing I know how to say in Swedish. My best in high school was Swedish. Okay, I've given this example so many times, but I love doing it because like every single time I do it, always people are like, oh my God, can you say that to me again? Okay, so I love Swedish. I love the language, right? I don't love the country. I'm like mixed on Sweden, but that's besides the point. The Swedish language, however, it's like.
And you have the better beauty, so Killer Snake 2 gives you a big hug.
Aww. So it's like the Swedish, like, the language, it's so good. Well, okay, it's pretty as long as you're not from Göteborg. Okay, Gothenburg. If you're from Gothenburg, I am so sorry for the accent that you spawn in with, but whatever. Here's like the example of Norwegian versus Swedish and why I think Swedish is prettier than Norwegian. We're not going to talk about Finnish and we're not going to talk about Icelandic because they're both similar to Norwegian, so it's gross. So here's the best example of it. In Norwegian, right? In Norwegian, if I was going to tell you I love you, right? The translation for I love you into Norwegian is jeg, which means I.
Well, don't forget Sweden has Blady as a music artist over there.
Also true. Jeg elsker deg, which literally translates to I love you. Listen to that closely. Jeg elsker deg. Boring, direct, slightly monotone, there's no flavor. There's no spice to it. In Swedish, jag älskar dig. It's so good. Oh my Lord, say that shit again. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so much better. It's so much better. In Swedish, if you want to say, I think you're like so cute or like so pretty or whatever, you would say like, or like so nice, technically it's a direct translation, is jag tycker du är så snygg, which literally translates like, I think you're nice or I think you're pretty. In Norwegian, it's jeg syns du er søt. It's so there's like, what happened? Where is the love? Where is the la passion? What happened? Oh my Lord. Imagine being so spoiled by the taste of bottoms that you end up wanting the flavor in your languages. Hey, the best part about being fucking me and had like language just into my brain is I get to use it against bottoms, okay? That is the power I have chosen to have.
Help, my furniture is floating.
Oh my god, Finnish do not fucking, like, okay, the most super, like, famous example of Finnish is, like, if you want to say, like, fuck, is, it's like, oh, Lord. Oh. It's like, parikira, which is, why is that the word for fuck? And like, if you want to say like fucking hell, you would be like vittu perkele, which is, it's kind of like their version of just like fucking hell, or like fucking damn, or whatever, or like god damn it. But it's in like Norwegian, Swedish, Danish, it's all the same. It's just fan i helvete, which literally translates to fucking hell. And it's like, why? What happened in Finnish? Like, it's like, okay, Nordic countries, what's your word for fuck? Fan. Perkele. Roll that shit back to me,
Jag Alskar dig.
No. Hold up. You need to have the... Is it this one? Hold up, I'm trying to... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the funny. Hej. Jag älskar dig. Jag tycker du är så snygg. Dude, I'm like missing myself. What the fuck? Like, what? What is happening? It's just so fucking pretty. Ah! So anyway. Hey, what's up?
Why am I so horny?
And before side doing dirty talk in every Nordic language. Ugh. Ugh. Dirty talk in Norwegian. Ugh. Wait. I need to hear dirty talk in Finnish.
This is the most confused boner I've ever had.
To be fair, it's like, if you say almost anything in like a sensual voice or way, you kind of can get away with most, like saying most things. You know? No, real. We're not talking about like the word dirty talk or like the sentence dirty talk. We're talking about like dirty talking in Norwegian. Honestly, I'm gonna be so honest, chat. Every single time I've tried like dirty talk with someone, or like I've been with someone who does speak Norwegian, it's just always been in English. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just always been in English because it sounds. It's so fucking cringe. Dirty talk is like British insult. British people dirty talking. I'm arriving soon.
You ever wonder what a power sub would look like? Not a power bottom, a power sub, like somebody grabbing Sai by her collar and going like, listen up. You're gonna pull my hair. You're gonna spank my ass. You're gonna punch my prostate. Now spit in my mouth.
I was so down with like, punch my prostate? I mean, since you asked so nicely, put some like boxing gloves. With your tiny hands. I don't even think I have like tiny hands. Do I have tiny hands? What is like a normal hand size? The Fistinator strikes again. It's the fucking peg from Bloodborne. I'm back in Yarden, baby. Gotta farm those blood echoes. Gotta beat Amelia fist only. Jesus Christ. I'm fucking dying. It's such a weird stream, but I love it. Size, regular size hands. Hold up. You know what? There's literally a picture of my hands on my Twitter. Easily, readily available. I am so happy I didn't show my Twitter. I completely forgot what I posted over the weekend. I'm not even allowed to fucking promote it. Wow. Chad, is my hand small? This is my actual
I'm holding
hand.
you in spirit equals Jag Holler Dig Iandan.
Is this like a small hand? Is this an average sized hand? Needs a banana for scale? Fuck, you're right. Damn. Do I have something I can show on Twitch appropriate around me that can show up my hand size? I don't have a banana! What the fuck? As long as I can hold it as perfect size. Oh, damn. That is good riz. That is good riz right there. Okay, wait. Okay. My hand, you know, like, what is it called? Like, okay, for the people who, I can't fucking remember the English name for this. You know when you have a shaker, like a bar set shaker, like you have the two cup sizes, you have like the larger one, the smaller one. My hand is exactly as big as the smaller one because I use it as a normal cup to drink out of. It's exactly as big as that because I'm holding it right now. My hand is exactly that size right now.
I would so kiss your hand.
Most people wouldn't. See, okay, chat, I'm gonna ask you for something. So this is my hand here, right? Now, I have two hands, in fact. I know, crazy. But the other hand doesn't have any tattoos on it. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed or you can't really see it because I have my glove on, but I only have tattoos on this hand right here. And there's a reason for it. I'm planning on having like a huge, massive sleeve all the way from the tip of my fingers, like all the way up to my neck on the right side. So I haven't gotten any tattoos on my right arm at all, right? But every single time I go out, I always feel like naked on my right arm because there's like nothing on it. There's no rings, there's no nothing. So what I usually do is like I throw on my rings. So like for the people who don't know, I am Romani. I'm like partially, it's like a subculture, I guess, of the gypsy people. And so that's like how I grew up. So I have a fuckload, like a shitload of rings and necklaces, and they're all like gold, right? That I like inherited and gotten from like my parents and shit over the years. Now,
Those hands about to make me into an inspirational poster, getting pinned against the wall and making me
Inspirational
rethink
poster.
my life choices.
and so because of that, right? And that's how we grew up, and that's how I am, and that's my culture. Because of that, all of the rings are huge. Like, they're massive, right? So, like, I remember, and if you're wondering, like, oh, like, did you ever travel, like, with the fucking, like, carriage and horses? Yes, I did. That's how I grew up. I was literally, like, actually born in a backseat. Doesn't fucking matter. Whatever. like, I don't talk too much about it because it's like, it's not something I want to talk too much about. It's, you know, it's not that I'm not proud of who I am. It's just more like people get weird about it. Anyway, here's the problem. If you grew up Romani or a traveler or whatever you want to call it, you know the rings I'm talking about. You know the fucking massive, huge ass fucking like the oh my god, what are they called? You know those like huge rings they give people for like winning a Super Bowl or whatever? They're like that big or bigger, and they're all solid like gold or silver. All of them. Homie, I can't be fucking throwing ass in a club with a fucking weapon on my hand. Okay? Actually, funny story. My dad, right? God. My dad, many years ago, decided that he didn't have enough rings for some reason. So he got a custom-made ring, right? And it's this fucking massive gold ring that like does not fit me at all. But he insisted that I have. And it used to fit me kind of like 3 years ago when I was at my heaviest. And then I, you know, started taking more care of myself. I lost a bunch of weight. I started taking HRT. Now it fucking nothing. It doesn't fit on anything. Like, it's so big that I can literally fit my toe through it. It's huge. And he was like, no, you have to have it. You have to own it. And so I was like, okay. And I was going out a couple of weeks ago, and he was like insisting that I somehow wear it. So he was like, oh, just put it on your necklace. Because I have a necklace with the trans symbol on it. And I was like, well, sure, I guess I'll just throw it on the necklace, I guess. So I was going to go into this fucking club, and then the bouncer stops me. He's like, hey, like, I'm just gonna let you know, you can come in, but you should not go around with that like fucking ring around your neck, because there's some people in here that I do not trust at all. And I'm like, fair enough. But he still insisted I have it on. What do you mean? On anything, are you sure? I am not putting my fucking cock through my dad's ring, okay? That is weird as fuck. Oh my god, every bouncer around here is like super chill. Yeah, like what am I supposed to do? Like, the hell the fuck you want me to do here? Like, listen to my dad. Listen to the bouncer. I always listen to the bouncer, but like, you know, I don't want to make him upset. Nail ring office. You can get the ring adjusted, you know? I asked how much that will be, and they were like, yeah, that's gonna be like 300. Fuck no. Nope, I don't think I will. Because it's fucking huge. 300 per ring. It's only one ring. Like, I do have a couple other rings that like do fit me and whatever, but he was like insisting on me like having every single time. Like, this is something you will probably or have experienced if you grew up like as a Romani person. You will have your parents be like, oh, you're going out like a bar or a club, or you're like going on a date or whatever. Wear every fucking jewelry you own. If you do not look like Mr. T at the end of it, you're not wearing it enough. You don't have enough on you. If you don't look like, if you do not look like Ice Cube in the 90s in the music video, you're not wearing enough jewelry for this fucking date. I am so serious. Every single time they see me, they always go, you need more rings, you need more jewelry. Every single time. I have jewelry. I just don't wear a lot of jewelry because it just gets in the way of my work. Okay? Hi, Bill! Like, if anyone's ever seen like those icebox video things on YouTube, like where like a rapper or whatever walks into like the icebox store and they're like, Yeah, I'll take one of everything. And it's like $2 million. And they just like tap their card, just like, you know? That's... Those wildwood rings are awesome. I love wearing rings. It's just like, I don't... Okay, where... Okay, I have one of my rings like right here, right in front of me, right? The reason why I do not wear it while I'm live, as an example, is one, if I'm like adjusting something, like I don't want you to hear this all the time. I don't want you to hear me like clicking against shit or like clicking against the microphone, or like if I, so as I said, like I have those like bar shaker cups, but I use them as normal cups a lot of the time during stream, and I don't want you to hear me every time I go gooning in progress, gooning in progress, you know. But clack noise is satisfying. Not every time. Sounds like a dinner bell. Call VTuber in chats! Call VTuber alive! That, and something I have experienced many times before is I would like wear my rings and shit, and like while I was editing, like it would scrape my my mouse and shit, which is insane. Ring quitting ASMR. Hi, Zion. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Will, I hope you're doing good. Chat, if you haven't checked out Will before, you should. Will, can I show your feet? I'm just gonna not even explain why I said that. I'm just gonna say it. I made an ASMR clip with a ring once. I mean, it's fun, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I hate interrupting the streaming experience. Do you, Will? Yeah, it's VTubers hello. Sai talks about the backrooms and then ring ASMR. So, chat. The backrooms, jingle, the backrooms, right? So in the backrooms, there's like 100+ levels. Then Kane Pixel's currently making a move. Kane Pixel, he's like 19 years old. He's gonna make a movie about the backrooms. Remember the backrooms? And it's gonna make a movie with A24. Pay attention. He's gonna make a movie, and it's gonna make like $50 billion or whatever. And then they're gonna have like backrooms merchandise. Jingle, pay attention. And it's gonna make a fucking $1 billion in merchandise options. And then we're gonna have Lego backroom builds soon. Why is this working? It's okay. So I have chat.
Could use that as a clicker adjacent thing for a puppy girl or puppy boy.
I was actually about to say this. So I looked into some of the psychology around clicker training, which this sounds crazy, but hear me out. If you are going to clicker train anyone or anything, even your chat, you got to have the knowledge, have more knowledge, always research, never think you know everything. And so, here is why clicker training works on people and dogs alike. Our brain, our stupid monkey brains, right? You know how like loud, scary noises from like FNAF or whatever startles you, and then you don't want to play the game, or you want to play so good that doesn't happen anymore because you're scared, right? With clicker training, that's the same idea, but it's not so loud that it's unpleasant to your like sensories, but it's just loud enough to give you like the attention to like, you know, if somebody yells really loud, you like turn around, right? Like it startles your system, not you necessarily, but like your body, your brain. So clicker training can be done with anything. It doesn't have to be a clicker. It can just be anything that can make a loud-ish noise that like makes people pay attention, like, you know, a ring against my fucking cup here, right? But it can't be so loud that it's like unpleasant to listen to, and you kind of want to hear it again. That's why like keyboard ASMR is so effective, because it's like the, you know, it has like that thuckiness, that like nice, loud but not too loud sound. And that's also, yeah, exactly, Spark, finger snapping. Hey, pay attention. Hey, pay attention. Pay attention when I'm talking to you, right? And I'm like, I wonder what I should use as my little clicker training here. Because we obviously have the clicker training thing for our subs or gifted subs and stuff. But I was like, I kind of want like something more custom, you know? I don't want like, chat, I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to be like every other girl. Goes on a date. Hi, yeah, I'm not like every other girl. I actually have a massive cock. Does that upset you? Tongue clicks? No. You can't do tongue clicks, because that is reserved for like the, really? You know, you can't do tongue clicks. Like, girl, that is reserved for other things, other purposes even. And then you reward them with the praise, and eventually you don't even need a clicker. You just say good girl and watch them do the behavior. I know, it's perfect. Behavioral therapy, chat. My friend Chai has a clicker redeem that only a couple people can use to get her back to work when she's drawing. They're clicker training themselves? I don't know if that is smart or the most bottom thing I've ever heard in my life, but it's kind of fucking genius. I just use alcohol as my reward. I use caffeine and alcohol. That's so smart, though. I'm gonna DM every artist I know. Hey! New meta dropped! Is that a challenge? Yes, every artist in chat, get a clicker redeem that chat can use on you. And if you start like doing other shit other than drawing on stream, they have to like use it on you. See, the problem is you have to limit that use though, obviously. You know? That's pretty smart and submissive. It kind of is though. You're ADHD spiraling. Hey, back to work. Stop staring at the Saja boys at Rule 34 and get back to work. Hey, get back to work. I wonder if it would work. I mean, it could work for anything, to be honest. Ugh. But mistress, I must look at all the funny pictures. Hey, back to work. See, the thing with snapping is like it's so easy to do, and also you can just like do it as like a tick or whatever, or like as a stim thing. So you can't really do like snapping. Correcting you for looking. Hey, my titties are down here. Look here. Don't look here. Look there. Hey, my titties are right here. The fuck are you doing? Like, stop staring here. Stare down there. The fuck? What if we can't snap? What? Like, you can't snap your fingers? I don't, but I've, wait, how do you not know how to snap? Wait. I just realized I never learned how to snap my fingers. I just do it. You know what? Fuck it. Let me help you, I guess. How to snap your fingers. There's actual tutorials of this? Oh, it's this guy.
How to snap your fingers. It's classier than clapping for keeping rhythm, and you never know when it'll come in handy. You will need your hand. Optional, your tongue, and a bit of spit. Step 1. Decide which hand you want to use. I suggest your dominant hand, which is usually the hand you write with. Step 2. Place the tips of your middle finger and thumb together. It often helps to lick your middle finger. Step 3. Let your ring finger and pinky rest against your palm. Step 4. Now quickly swipe your middle finger down so that it hits the palm of your hand. At the same time, let your thumb pop up to meet your index finger. The harder you press your thumb and middle finger together, the louder the snapping noise will be. Step 5. You should hear a solid snap. The sound of
Why
your middle
is there
finger slapping
5
against
steps
your
to
palm.
this?
Congratulations! Now learn how to whistle.
I've never, ever heard about you spit. Hold on, I'm gonna try it. That makes it harder! I snap with my pinky? Like, doable, but like, that's so hard. Yeah, I just use my middle finger, just like, what? Depends on how wet the spit is, I guess. I guess my spit is just too slimy and too wet, because it's just, that makes it harder. That's why it's louder to snap when your hands are wet. Nah, it's the same. What the fuck is this stream about, dude? Remember how this stream started versus right now? I completely fucking forgot the plans for the. I had like, okay, we can do this, talk about that, and then like do something. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Here we go, whatever. Tell me more about how wet your spit is. Yeah. Tell me how to this. Tell me how fucking wet you are when you do your taxes. I know you just got from the pool. That is my favorite thing to do ever. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, actually, chat, I've unlocked a new hobby. So, this is what I do. Okay. Oh, it's fucking awesome. Okay. Going to CSGO, Valorant, Call of Duty, whatever game of choice, fucking Marvel Rivals, anything with a voice chat, basically. Right? And what I will do is I will join in, you know, and I will just be like, yo, dude, what's up? Can I get a purchase or whatever? Right? And just try to talk as like semi low as I possibly can. And like during the match, some person will pipe up or just be annoying or whatever. And I will just like snap out of it and I'll be like, yeah, tell me how you're gonna rush B right now. It's the best idea ever. It's so fucking funny. Welcome warfare. Oh, it's so fucking fun to do. See, voice training is monster, or need to voice train so I can do that. Hey, just like start right now. Fuck it. Just make the whole team pause and lose. Yeah, the quickscope was fucking like amazing. Go and like add me later. That's the way to keep the spirit of the team, the moral high. That is very true, Spark. Actually, very, very fair. Ugh, Lord. I'm about to go to the store and get stuff. Can't right now. Yo, can you pick me up like Can you pick me up like a Pringles can? Found the other day that Ramna from the original 80s, Ramna was voiced by a lady and gave me so much gender. Hell yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm so glad you said that, because that reminded me of something I need to show you, because I want to... Okay, it like dawned on me the other day that like I talk a lot about voice training, and obviously I talk a lot about like, here's what I do personally, here are my goals, here are what my goals were, here's how I used to sound like, whatever. And it dawned on me like, dude, there are so many people who just like, they feel pressured to voice train, which is like, in a weird way, the opposite of what you should do when you voice train, if that makes sense. Like, the reason why I started voice training was because my voice was like my biggest source of dysphoria, right? But if you don't care, right? Or like if you even love or like your voice, fucking valid. Fuck yeah. Love that for you. Like, fucking yeah. Like, don't think that you have to voice train to, you know, fucking be valid. You know? I decided not to do it because I like my voice. Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! Like, you're fucking so valid. Not only that, but like, dude, there are so... I need to stop saying dude. Oh my god. There are so... The dude bro language is taken back. Is coming back. There are so many, like, cis women, right? Who have, like, a deeper voice I ever had. You know, like, there are fucking people who have super boyish masculine voices, and there's cis women. There are super like female femme sounding people who are cis guys. It like, the voice is so not tied to gender. It's kind of ridiculous that we think it is, because like, it's something I like. Okay, here's something crazy that is very culturally different comparatively to like a lot of other countries, at least here in Norway, or like the Nordic countries. In Norway, we don't really think about like, oh, this person should have this kind of voice or sound a certain way because they look a certain way. Because Norwegian is such a Germanic language, like you always will have a slightly lower voice when you are talking and speaking Norwegian or the Nordic languages, because of how they are like structured. There's so many open vowels, there's so many long A's and monotone like or like things like that, that makes your voice overarchingly like more like gender neutral is a better term for it, because you don't sound like more masculine or more feminine necessarily. you just sound more neutral, like no matter who you are. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely like Nordic people who have like a more stereotypical like femme voice or more stereotypical mask voice or whatever. But most of the time, and I promise you this, they are trying so much harder than they really need to because they don't like how like the Nordic languages make them sound like. Later, Tech. I just never liked having a deeper voice. That's completely fair. Like 100%. I think when it comes to voice training, it's like at the end of the day, and I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to voice training, it's like the techniques, right? Like, oh, the big dog, little dog, like raising your larynx, of like pitch correction, is this high, is this low, is this good, is this bad, blah, blah, blah. It's so much simpler than that. Like, every single time I do talk about it, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what that means, or I don't know how to do that, or that sounds so hard to do, or whatever. Think of it so much more simple. Try to do a feminine voice as best as you can. Listen to a voice that you like and try to get as close to that voice that you possibly can yourself with no training or anything. And as long as you do not use your falsetto voice, which we kind of all know how sounds, right? Like, it's that super hollow, like this kind of sounding voice. As long as you don't sound like that, you're fine. And nothing hurts, of course. Like, that's a huge important part too. Like, there you go. Like, you don't need to think of every fucking technique and shit like that right off the bat. Just think, this is the voice I kind of want to have. Try to get as close as possibly you can. Does that mean that people don't assume your gender on the phone as often? I have never gotten gendered on the phone pre or post transition ever. The only time I've ever like had someone be like they assumed my gender, funny enough, was like 5 months ago, 4 months ago, a little like right before I got on HRT. And it was I called a hospital because I couldn't find a doctor at the time who was willing to give me HRT. And I was calling this hospital to see if they knew anyone who was willing to like help me find someone, right? And the woman who answered the phone, she was like, "Hey, you're talking to insert name here." And she literally was like, "My pronouns are she, her." And I started talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, like you need HRT, like do you need it for, like, do you need to like see a gynecologist, like things like that." And I was like, "No, like I'm trans." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just like assumed by your voice." And I'm like, "It's fine." And I'm like, fucking let's go. But like that is the only time I've ever
Sigh, real quick. You almost forgot something very important. Start digging in your butt, twin.
You don't know how to voice train? Just start digging in your butt, twin. That's the only time I've ever gotten like my gender assumed on the phone here in Norway. Ever. And when I lived in England, oh my god, it was like every day. It was just like, "Hi, sir. Hello, sir. How's it going, sir?" It's like, you don't do that in Norway. Also,
just wake up and they're just killing it. And then I went on like, I smoke 20 packs a day. Just have a really deep voice, and if I get sick at all, I sound like your brother. I don't know what else to say. You know, I'll always be jealous of the girls that just wake up.
Damn girl, that ass fat or what? Sigh be like, "Excuse you, I am trans." Oh, my apologies, that cock fat or what?
based. I need someone to do that to me. Yeah, in Norway, like, we don't have words that I can think of for like sir or ma'am now that I think about it. At least I don't know them. Or at least I can't think of anyone or any word that is like similar. Because we have obviously like words for like her, him, them, like obviously like pronoun words and like whatever. But we don't have like sir and like ma'am, whatever. It's like you have like Mr. and mistress or Mrs. what mistress, Mrs. or whatever, but that's not usually used. I like you have to be in a very fucking bougie ass place for them to be like, Mister, can you come over here? Like that does never happen. No person over the age of like fucking actually no person under the age of like 40,000 years old will say Mister. Like I've never heard that actually. I've had my dad actually once was like, that Mister over there. And I was like, what? And even then it's like I even at the time was like, what the fuck? What are you saying like Mister for? That's weird as hell. So, I don't know. Like in Norway, you don't like, okay, the craziest thing I ever experienced that was so weird. When I lived in England, me and my partner at the time, we were going to McDonald's and then they were like, and they're like, hello ma'am, what can we take your order? Because like she was the one talking. And I'm like, what? What? They don't do that here. If you go to any fast food restaurant, if you go to any place, they will never go, good day, sir, or good day, ma'am, or whatever. They would just go, hello, welcome to insert company here. How can I help you? That's it. Like, you don't say or assume, because that's another thing. Like most, now at least, most companies now will train you if you are like somebody who use a lot of like pronoun words to describe people. They will like train you to not do that over the phone. But even like way back in the day, I never got like assumed ever. So like at least over the phone and stuff, you know. So I don't know. Like that is something very specific to English, I think, or English-ish sounding. I have no idea. Like, I do know Spanish have very particular words for like female and male, because you have like niño and niña for like male and female. So you have like things like that, I guess. So I don't know. I never thought about pronouns actually that much, like in language, until I started speaking English and I realized how fucking much we use them in English versus in Norwegian. It's like, fuck, you never do. Like, you do obviously use like him, her, them in Norwegian, but at least me and my family we have always used them if we do not know like the person. And then we just usually use their name. And most other Norwegian people I've ever spoken to use the same, like, it's the same way. French is very gender separating with no non-binary options. There's no them, they in French. No they, no them. Hello. Yo, can we upgrade French? Can we get a can we get a patch note on French real quick? The fuck? Portuguese as well, like as in it's very gendered. Same in Finnish. Then again, Finnish doesn't even have the he, she pronoun distinction. Yeah, I was about to say Finnish doesn't really have those pronoun distinctions either. Most, if not all, Latin-based languages gender everything. Like, yes, also inanimate objects. Yeah, that is a huge thing here actually. Like a lot of people will gender like cars, caravans, houses, roads even. So like that's where a lot of those things come in. but they're not like tied to people. It's like tied to objects. So like as an example, my dad always say like she for cars, like oh, she's beautiful. And when and then like no wait, sorry, backwards. In Norwegian he would say he for the car and then she for the caravans and like the wagons and stuff we would like live in. But when I got my first car, I was like, no, this is a she, okay? And he was like, what? Your car is a she? It's like I came out to him all over again. It's the same reaction. Everything in German has a gender, yeah. But also in like Norwegian is based off German or Germanic language, so like there's a reason why they're very similar. Like if you know Norwegian or you know German, you can kind of understand each other a little bit. Not like fluently and maybe not even be able to hold a conversation really well. But like if I listen to German or I read German, even if I can't pronounce it correctly, I know like mostly what it says. That is crazy though. They had to make up new pronouns such as mix of the masculine and femme pronoun. Wait, so they mixed the like both into one word, or like did they mix up a bunch of words to like make the pronouns? That's so interesting. I think only Portuguese is the only Latin-based language with non-binary ways like implied in intermediate pronouns. Huh. I feel like words are the Slavic languages because we add gender specification to every verb. That is true. But that is especially in Latvian and Lithuanian. Oh my lord. Like there's gender in there's gender in the street names even. Okay. Hi. Transing her car and everything. Hey, I have to. Hi, Talk. Hi. How was your day? What? I'm trying to shout you out. Why is it not letting me shout you out? The fuck? Fuck you. There you go. I'm out of the lurker mines. A whole month of insane work hours. Oh, sorry. You know, I really need those I really need those crystals charge up, okay? Have a good lurk, man. I hope you have a good stream. Good stream? What? Good lurk. What the what is happening? Sorry. Why am I assuming? Yeah, as soon as you lurk, you're actually just streaming. Like, no matter what you're doing. Ugh. Club, what? Talk. Do you speak any other language than English? We're talking about pronouns and languages, and I realized like long ago that Norwegian doesn't really use like, you don't like have Mr. or like sir or ma'am or whatever in our language. I pass the question on to you. French, Japanese, English, and a little bit of Italian. Well, Italian I know for a fact has like a bunch of pronouns and shit, like for, or like gender, a lot of stuff. We just talked about French. Does Japanese like add a bunch of pronouns or like gender a lot of things? I'm like trying to think about it. Because I feel like it does, but I might be completely fucking wrong. Most of the Romance languages gender everything, even Canadian French genders everything. That's so interesting. That is so... Interesting. I wonder what language would be what language would be optimal, I guess, for gender, or I mean for like trans people, I guess? Question mark? Chat, question. If you had the option between always getting gendered, whether it's correct or not, or never getting gendered, like you're always them, which one would you pick? Chairs are feminine? That doesn't fit chairs for some reason. I feel like chairs are definitely not feminine. Or are they? Never, personally. In Portuguese, they are. For me, no gender is the correct gender. Fair enough. I do want to know how people decide what's masc and femme when it comes to objects. Same. Like, I don't get it. Why is like a car a he and a caravan a she? That doesn't make... Why? I don't get it. Vibes? Yeah, but no. Hold up. Okay. I'm going to pull up 2 pictures of cars, right? Right? It's so cute. What the fuck? I kind of love it. Oh, sorry. I got distracted. Okay. Okay. This this is a 1988, right? I mean, not 88, 66 Volkswagen, right? What vibes does this give off? Is this masc vibes? Or is it femme vibes? Masculine. In Brazil, implied indeterminate pronouns was mostly used for investigation purposes when you're determining a person doesn't exactly know who they are. Huh. Mask like a small gentleman. However, those curves. Okay. NB. Same type. This is a 2014 version Volkswagen. Same type of model. Or same type of car, I mean. But only slightly different body. Colors too. But like, colors just matter. What do we think? Because I will give my answer after. Mask because they're very fair. Better and beep. And beep. Mask still. Okay. But serving. It's giving diva, but in a mask way. Still envy, but more mask. Because here's, like, and I was like, here's how I would think about it, like, in Norwegian specifically. In Norwegian, this would be a her. This would be a he. And I cannot explain why or how or whatever, but how my dad described every car is, if a car is like taller, like at the top, it's a he. But if it's like slim across, it's a she. And that's how I always thought about cars until I was like, no, the fuck they're not! It's a fucking car! It doesn't fucking matter! Like, and then we go over to caravans. So like, okay. That's hilarious. Caravan time. Caravan time! Right? Let me find like a newer one as well. What the f- Sorry, I just saw something that's crazy. Okay. What the f- I'm trying to open a picture and Google is like, have you tried, you want to fucking, shut the fuck up. Okay. This is a caravan. What vibes does this give off? Hi, Z! For me, it's lines. Men are usually more square in their features and women are rounder in their features. That's a good way to think about it. That is actually a really good way to think about it. Mask, bottom. It's a caravan. Of course it's a bottom. Sub. Not even... Okay, fair enough. I said vibes. I didn't say pronouns. Have you my whip as shit? When I put in my extra miles in the gas, the past loads of driveways, I spec the steering wheel. That's hilarious. A double wide bottom. Oh my god. That's a neutral. Okay. What about this one? This is so interesting to learn about. It's kind of cool to like learn what y'all think about like the certain things. Femboy. I think I hard disagree with that one, but that is fair. If I was gonna give this a vibe, this is like a rust bucket. This is like a fucking piece of shit who like refuses to learn the pronouns. White ass, but still gender neutral. Interesting. In Norwegian, this is a she. This is a she. But there's different reasons for it, at least according to how I was raised. This is a she because it's like slim all the way through and it's like just newer, I guess. That's like the best way to describe it. This one is she because she's wide. Why? I don't know. To me, this is a rust bucket. And this is garbage. For the people who know caravans, you know why this one specifically is garbage. And you know why this one fucks you and then takes care of you after. Okay, this is like the power top, right? This one will fuck you in the ass whenever the fuck it wants and then cook you like a 3-star meal after. Okay, it's like this one is crazy. This one fucks. This one is... I love her. Can you tell I'm way into caravans? I fucking love caravans! It's giving square.
If my caravan ain't shaped like a dug-up bunker and the metal doesn't look like it was taken from cans of Spam, I don't want it.
Real. If I fucking have a caravan and it doesn't smell weirdly burnt and there's like not a weird streak on of something somewhere, it's not real. Fuck off. You don't own a caravan. You own some fucking new fuck off, okay? This is why, listen, if you have tattoos, right? If you have tattoos, but you only have like super mega high quality tattoos, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. You need to have like some shitty tattoos. I'm not saying like fucking like school desk yourself or whatever. I am just saying you kind of need like 1 or 2 shitty tattoos. Like for me to trust you, I mean. Hi, Glory! Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, raiders. My name is Szycrotic. I'm a TRANSFEM content creator. I'm a TRANSFEM vtuber content creator, GOONER, and NSFW worker. How is your stream? Welcome to the stream. We're just yapping. Does anyone have way too many new tattoos? Because we like big butts and we cannot lie. Not worse can deny. I'm gonna get small town on my fingers. Do it. Like, dude, I have like, I have so many fucking shit tattoos. Like, God is garbage. There's some gift art. Hell yeah! I hope your art went well. Hold up, let me show some shitty tattoos I have. I don't know if you can see it in this picture. Damn, you can't. Fuck. Wait, do I not have? Damn it! It's too far up. I can't find it. Dude, I have like a ghost tat, like a shitty ghost. I have like a dollar sign tattooed on me. I have like I have like C137 fucking Rick and Morty I got while super fucking high and drunk. Like, I have a lot of shitty tattoos. And I love them. My mom has one tattoo, a blue butterfly in her back. So you know, like, she's a baddie, right? Like, you know, like, she was like... She's a fucking baddie. I love her. 10 out of 10. Okay. I've thought about this many times. If I like went back in time and never got any tattoos, right? I think I would want to be that one person with like a singular like lower back tattoo, but it would be like crazy detailed, like super like detailed, like basically on my ass. I'm gonna get a witch circle tattoo around my ankle if I ever get the monies. Oh, dude, that's a good idea, actually. I love that. My mom got a tattoo of a Oh, little penguin! Oh, it's so cute! I love that. Actually, I had this realization the other day. Everyone in my family has tattoos except my mom. Every single one of my family members, aunts, uncles, dad, brothers, every single one of my family members have tattoos. Even my niece has a tattoo. Like, everyone has tattoos. Except my mom. My grandma had tattoos. Grandpa had fuckload of tattoos. My grandpa, oh my lord. My grandpa had like a old war tattoo. He was a prisoner during World War II. And so they were like just trying to waste the day away, and they were like just making shitty tattoos on each other. And he had like on top of his hand, he had like a woman like right on top of his hand, and then like her legs was his fingers, so he could like spread the fingers. And then like way later in life, when he became like a dad and shit, I remember visiting them, and then like I asked him about the tattoo, and then he told me like, you know, being a prisoner and shit. And then like his wife, my grandma, was like, I always hated that tattoo. It's so ugly. So he was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. So you know what this fucker did? This is so disgusting, by the way. Do not do this. He grabbed a old needle, like sewing needle, some like, oh my God, what is it called? Like, what is it called? Like, holy shit. yeah, sour milk, right? This is gonna sound disgusting, and it was. So if you do not know what sour milk is, it's literally just expired milk, but safe to drink. And so he grabbed those two things, and then what he did, because sour milk is like thick, it's like yogurt thick, or like a little thicker than yogurt. He literally sat there and like took the milk and like, no, not buttermilk. It's thicker than buttermilk. It's like, imagine expired milk, like when it gets clumpy and gross, but like it's safe to drink. That's what sour milk is. And he took a needle and like stabbed himself a bunch and then poured the milk on top of his hand, like just rubbed it in. And they kept like poking at it because the milk was so thick and they were using such a shitty like ink in prison. The ink just like popped out of his hand and it just like faded away over time. Yep. It was disgusting, but really cool. Disgusting, but like, you know, pop off, King. Love that for you. Crow, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Your grandfather was built different. He was so weird. But hey, he was cool as fuck. He was cool as fuck. I hope he rests well and also stops pouring milk on inside of himself. That would be pretty cool. Marceline, fuck you, little bottom bitch. My friend got a tattoo on her back. She let her partner pick it out, and with the logic, it gives him something to look at. She's a diva. She's a badass. She's a babe. I love her. Listen, I don't have any back tattoos, but the only reason why I would get a back tattoo is for that exact reason. I would never get a back tattoo because I'm like, oh wow, I really want a back tattoo. It would be like, because I want people to look at it. Like, that, and also one of the most attractive things I can ever see on someone is like they take their like coat off or something and they have like an back, like open back dress or something, and then like you just see the tattoo like slowly come, like just oh. Yes. Apparently my great-granddad would drink what you described all the time and live to his 80s. Yeah, my grandpa, both of them, and my dad loves that shit. It's disgusting. It's like, okay, sour milk is like blue cheese, right? Like, you know, like blue cheese? But it's milk. That's what it is. I wouldn't be able to see. Okay, you know what? Another reason why I would get a back tattoo? If I run out of space. That's another one. Like once I start running out of space for tattoos, that's another reason why I would get a back tattoo. But also I think I'm that kind of person where if I like started running out of space for tattoos, I would probably get like a blast over and just get tattoos on top of the blast. You worry me, Sai. It's bitch. Here, this is a real thing right here. Sour milk. Here you go. It's a real thing you can buy in Norway. See? And yes, it's blue. It's gonna make me puke. So it doesn't like, okay. The best way to describe the sensation of it, piss refill, is exactly that. It tastes exactly like piss. Jesus Christ, there's some crazy ass swallowing noises. It's not chunky. It's like the consistency is closer to yogurt, but it's not clumpy. But it doesn't smell bad. It just smells like really, like if you ever open like a new open carton of milk, you know, like that, you know how like milk kind of has like a really subtle like smell, like dairy smell, but it's like that smell like 50 times stronger. So yeah, anyway, I don't drink it. I think it's disgusting, but whatever. It's like liquid mozzarella. Jesus Christ. Chat, am I weird for not liking mozzarella cheese? Oh. Milk. Milk. Chat, everyone, have you done your voice training? Do your fucking voice training. Do your voice training, chat! If you're voice training, do your voice training right now! Come on, we're gonna do our exercises together. Come here. Wait. Where's my... I got this. I don't know if this will be picked up on the... Kind of works. It's a little like... It works. Chat. Gotta do your voice training. Have you done your exercises together? Have you done them today? Have you done your big dog, little dog? Have you learned how to raise your larynx yet? Are you moving your voice more forward in your mouth? Are you pay attention. We're doing vocal training? Sure. Here, fuck it. We can do voice training together. It also kind of just sounds like a stapler, just like... Okay, here, let's do some voice training exercises together, right? And for the people who have no idea what they're doing or have never started but they want to start, here's how to start with voice training. I will keep the clicker next to me, so, you know, pay attention. Here's what you do. If you've never started with voice training before, here's what you're going to do. 1, you're going to learn where your larynx are. If you're born with testosterone in your body, take your hand lightly, don't push or anything like that, and feel for your Eve's end or Adam's apple, or just the ball in your throat, basically. And you will feel it like there-ish, right? That is also your larynx. Your larynx are tied to your tongue.
Caller is going on to do this.
Pay attention. If you lightly hold your hand on or a finger on that ball and you just put your tongue like out of your mouth like that, you'll feel it like go like way up, almost like into your face almost. That is raising your larynx. You're welcome. That is one way to raise your larynx. The reason we want to raise our larynx is because it blocks off how much room your voice has to bounce around in your system, in your skull, basically. Right? Pay attention. Right? So, how do we raise them without, without just like all the time? Easy. There's a couple ways of doing it, but my way of did it, how I personally did it, I used to exercise big dog, little dog. You probably have heard me talk about it before. Pay attention. You're paying attention, right? So, here's the exercise. Think of a big dog, like a Rottweiler or like a husky, like a huge fucking dog, like a massive dog. And think of how that dog breathes, like breathing out, right? So literally go like, right? Now think of like a Chihuahua, a Pomeranian, a small, tiny dog. Baby dog, little baby, right? Think of how they breathe. It's not, it's, right? What you're going to do is gradually start from and then slowly build up to the smaller dog. So your exercise is going to sound something like this. That is what you're looking for. And all you're going to do every single day, any moment you have, try to do this exercise. You don't always have to start like from the big dog. You can start at more a middle point, you probably will. Or if you have to start from like the bigger dog every time, that's completely fine. Do this 5 or 6 times in a row and take breaks so you're not like passing out from breathing out so much. Pay attention. When the back rooms, pay attention when the back rooms. After you do that, and you're just going to learn how to do this every single day. Just do it all the time, as much as you possibly can. When I'm like just walking around, now this has just become habit, but like I would sometimes just like walk around and just go, because at some point your larynx will shift position, like their resting position, and it will become a lot closer or like a lot higher than the original starting position that you are at right now. So it becomes a lot easier to raise your larynx like when you are talking. And then once you kind of feel like you have a hang of it, do this for like, a couple of days, maybe even a week-ish or whatever. What you're going to do is add sound to it. You don't necessarily have to do a word, but like we're going to start making like, this is called phonation, which is just another word for make a noise. And basically do the exercise again, start from the big dog if you have to, and just go, ha, ha, hi, hello, my name is, how are you? And if you can make a sound and even say a word, all you're going to do every single day, do this for like a week-ish, right? All you're going to do is practice saying words. Use common words. Say like, hello, hi, how are you? My name is, where's the bathroom? I need to come. Normal words that you use every day. Now, this is not necessarily your new voice, right? But what we are doing is raising. We are overarchingly raising your voice and making it higher, overarchingly. Can we get much higher? So high. Chat, pay attention. Right? And that's what you're going to do for 2 weeks even, maybe even longer, depending on like how quickly and how easily you do this. Some little notes. Do not do this. This is squeezing your actual false chords and your vocal cords. And if it sounds like this, you won't be able to breathe in. When your larynx are raised, you should be able to breathe in exactly the same. You should be able to go. It's the sound out that is the most important part, not the sound in. Don't fucking care about that. Just you need to be able to breathe exactly the same. If you end up sounding like that, then you're constricting your airflow and you're not raising your larynx. You're restricting your actual vocal cords. And that's when a lot of people say like, oh, voicing hurts, like it strains my throat, because you're restricting your vocal cords. You can't do that. That's like trying to like hold 50 pounds in your hands all the time. You have to let go. Another thing, another note, do not try to keep your larynx raised 24/7. This can damage your vocal cords and your voice permanently. Do not do this. When you are not speaking, let yourself, your face, your tongue, everything, let it rest wherever it rests. I promise you, over the course of many, many years that it takes to voice train and fully change your voice and whatever, it will change just very gradually. It's very slow, but it will happen. And at some point, you will start noticing that, oh, I just opened my mouth to like breathe out, or I was going to say a word, and my larynx just raised by themselves. Wow, that is so crazy. Now, some people, that is like enough of a change for their voice. Hi, Amy, hello, welcome on the Hello, Raiders, hello. Hi, Raiders, my name is Szycrotic. I'm a TRANSFEM content creator here on Twitch and everywhere else. I'm currently teaching the basics of voice training. Welcome in, Raiders, and also I'm clicker training chat. Pay attention. How was your stream? How was everything? Tell me all about it. Did you have fun? What did you do? See you later, Pray. Hope you have a good sleep, rest, night, whatever, everything. I hope you have good resting. How was your stream? Welcome in, Raiders. And of course, Raiders, if you got to raid and run, take care of yourself, lurk, whatever, go do so. Pay attention. Great. We showed my new model and chatted. Oh, I gotta check that one out later. I'm teaching the basics of voice training. So if you have any voice training questions, now is the time to do so. We're currently talking about raising the larynx and doing that entire exercise. And to some people, raising the larynx can be enough to change their voice, and that's kind of where I slightly stopped with changing my overall pitch, because I don't want to have a super, super high voice. But, okay, Fire, I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whatever. But some people do want a higher pitch voice. They want a more, like, super high, super stereotypical feminine voice, whatever. And that's completely fine. And I'm here to help you with that too, bitch. Diva, we gotta change your pitch. You've seen me talk about this website so many times before. You've seen my video, whatever. This is a online voice tuner, super simple. All it does, you have a C-scale piano right here, right? Not specifically C-scale, but it's, you can see the C-scale like in the middle and whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. What you're going to do is click on the start tuner thing, whatever, and all you're going to do is, if you are talking like this the entire time and this is like how your voice sounds like, that is a more monotone way of speaking. And you kind of want your voice to be kind of all over the place. You see how like it's jumping like really high and like really low and like lower and like higher and whatever. This is your pitch changing. And that's what you are going to try to aim for if you have like a very monotone voice. Another thing, if your pitch is below a C3, if it's like in this range, your goal is to go up as close you can to a C4. And all you're going to do, super fucking simple, just my voice is a little too high to do that now, but whatever. All you're going to do is try to match that pitch as well as you can. And then you just, and you do it all the way up to C4. And once you can do that consistently up to C4, go all the way up to C5. If you want to go even higher, which I do not recommend, but you can, do that, and do that every day. Every single day, without fail. Just go as close to that C4 as possible. And at some point, you will just be able to be like, consistently. Can you tell I've been voice training for way too long? You know, like how everyone has like a talent they can show off at the bar or whatever. I can consistently hit a C4. That's like my talent right here. Yeah. pull out a piano scale. I'll hit that C4 right away. Some notes to this though. 1, do not go ah. That is your falsetto voice, and that is not going to change your overall pitch or understanding of pitch, which is also very important. Another thing, do not go with a closed mouth. We are going to talk about that too, but for this specific thing, an overall pitch, we are not going to have a closed mouth, because then you won't understand where the sound is coming from, and it also will not teach you and your brain and your muscle memory on like where my resting pitch should be. Number 3, when you are talking, the ending pitch should be slightly higher than the starting pitch. If I start at this pitch right here, it should end higher than lower. This is called like, this is literally called like racing at the end or going up at the end of a word or a sentence. And that will crazy. I mean, and it's insane how much this will actually feminize your voice. And you just do that shit every day. Now it's just do it all the time. If I am bored or I'm waiting for something to render, or I'm just like sitting here and I'm just like, I don't know, insecure about my voice or feeling dysphoric about my voice or whatever, I will pull up the website and I will just do the exercise that I just talked about right now and just sit here and go, ah, and just do that up and down. And another thing you can do, which helped me a lot, if you don't or can't hit the pitch like consistently, or you have a hard time hitting pitches, go, ah, ah, ah. And there you go. That's another way of doing it. And the last thing, and this is the like last like really exercise I will talk about and / give you, because then you have like all of this is mostly just like do it and be consistent with it. And if you need any more work or whatever, you would probably need a voice teacher and somebody who can like understand and guide you better and more focused. Hi Real, welcome back. What we are going to do is take your hand, put it on like on your chest, not your titties if you got titties, but like on your actual like chest, like this part, like the flatter, the like right in your sternum almost. And if you are speaking and your chest is like vibrating like really hard, like if it's like super like really hardcore like vibrating, that means your voice is a chest voice, which it's a kind of / lying name. Like all the voice obviously comes from the chest because you need your lungs to speak. But that means you're speaking with your chest, and that makes your voice like more booming, right? You don't want that. What you want, I just realized how weird my voice sound like when I'm not having like everything raised up, which is like, this is how my voice sound like if I don't like do that shit. Right? What we are going to do is close your mouth and lightly touch your lips, right? And go, and you will feel your lips vibrate very slightly. That means the voice is in your mouth. That's what it's called. But if you go, and it's like in your chest or like really far down in your throat, then you just gotta push a little harder with your diaphragm, but don't go because again, that is falsetto. A good way of thinking of this is do that stereotypical like nerd voice, like the oh my god, it's like hi, how are you? And have like a very nasally voice. And that can also help understand where that feeling comes from. And there you go. That is
Thank you
everything.
so much.
Drago 11 flop.
Hi, Drake. Thank you. Thank you for 14 months. Holy shit. Wait. Pay attention. Chat. Hi. 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 And there you go. And at some point, you will get really fucking good at doing all this shit, and you can just do it at will, basically. And you will have better control over your voice. And overarchingly, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can have a lower but more, sensual, feminine, whatever voice. Or you can have like a more stereotypical higher voice. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But there you go. The main things to take away from any voice training, anything, even if you're like, listen to me, voice labs, whatever, is it should never hurt. It shouldn't feel uncomfortable. It shouldn't strain your voice. You shouldn't sound like hoarse after. You shouldn't feel tired. You can feel some strain, especially with the whole larynx thing. Which is why it's so important to like drink water, hydrate, and stop and take a lot of breaks. What you're going to do and what is important to do is find exercises and things you can say and do that you can do every day. A good way, if you have a very monotone voice like I used to have, is say the end of the months, say the months like throughout the year, because you force yourself to go up at the end of your sentences. And that is a massive full-on breakdown of voice training. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, keep them to yourself. No, I'm joking. Ask now or forever stay silent. Before I return, I suddenly remember the Dracula Dirty Talk, but I put it in Norwegian, so... Dracula Dirty Talk, but put it in Norwegian. I hate it here. I hate everything. I hate... Stop thinking, please. Stop! In the name of the law! That's amazing, Sai. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, of course. I love talking about voice training, clearly. And if I can help, like, when I started voice training, I've shown this off so many times, but I'll show it again. I have my very first attempt at sounding slightly feminine. And then when I say first, this is about to be one of those, damn, that is rough, buddy.
Hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic.
That's rough, buddy.
Hi everyone,
Yeah, enough of that. That is rough, buddy. Now, what this will do, by the way, and I've completely forgot to like preface this before I started yapping. This won't change your voice per se. It will feminize your voice, the voice you currently have. But yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic. I can't even like do that anymore. It will feminize your current voice 100%. But if you want to change your voice, and this is what we like to call change the texture. If you want to change the texture of your voice, then you have to be more, it's kind of like role playing. If you have like a voice you really, really like to listen to, like a lot of people use the example as like Shigo, Lady Dimitrescu, V from Cyberpunk is mine, things like that. All you have to do is do those exercises and stuff that I just talked about, but then on top of it, do an impression. And there you go. Just like you would do a normal impression of any character. So here you go. Such a large difference, yeah. A lot of people, when I show them my old voice, they're like, bruh, what? And obviously I can still kind of do it. I can still be like, hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic. Kind of. But what voice training, and specifically the one I teach and what I talk about, is it's not going to completely change your voice, right? You will still have a flavor of your current voice, obviously, in there. And I personally enjoy it, right? I like hearing that slightly more like gruff, like grittier texture of my voice and things like that. But for some people, they want a very hyper stereotypical, like, you know, feminine voice, womanly voice, whatever. What you can look into is called R1 full voice training. And this is a lot more technical, but Claire from Seattle Voice Labs teaches it. It's free on her YouTube channel. Go look it up right now. Just look up like Claire, or like look up Seattle Voice Labs R1, like literally just the letter R and like the number 1. And that's a lot more glassier, a lot more stereotypical female sounding voice. And when I say glassier, it means softer and a bit more like, it's not as gritty, it's not as rough, right, as my voice is. But it requires a lot, and I mean a lot of training, and that is one of those voice training things that you have to just consistently do like all the time. And if you like drop your voice and stuff, it can, you know, ruin a little bit of that progress. So voice training is literally just fake it till you make it. Yes and no. It's more of a build habits that you can do at any moment, and then at some point, overarchingly, your voice will just be like, oh yeah, we'll just be here now. And a good example of this is that pitch website, the piano website we talked about. If I relax my voice and I just completely, as monotone as I possibly can do it, zero effort, that's like my resting pitch, right? Right? But before my rest, actually, you know what? We can literally see my resting pitch in the past. Hold up, I got this. Let me find a old ass video. Going back to that Scorn baby.
Ranting about Scorn and how shit it is. How garbage, poo-poo, fucking garbage shit game. It's like you're eating spaghetti and meatballs.
I
But the
don't know.
meatballs
I need
are
like
all air.
I need a calmer example of me not yelling. Maybe this one. Ugh.
Hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic.
Yeah. Lord. Okay. This is one of the very first attempts I did at voice training. And this is the pitch I would produce.
Hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic.
And you see like it's hitting that C3 and even slightly below it.
Hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic.
And you can also hear that I'm straining a lot. And that's because, again, I was like squeezing. I was like, hi everyone, my name is Szycrotic. And actually, like, it's still fairly passable. It's just on that lower end. Shire and a Gooner? Shire and a Gooner? Shire and a Gooner? Gooner, Shire and Ark? What is happening? Whatever. Sorry, distracted. But But most mask-ish sounding voices will, you know, be below that C3. I don't know if I can go that low anymore. No, I can't. But that is also part of voice training. You lose some, you win some. There are some people who can like go all the way back down. I just can't, but here we are. And yeah, there you go. Chrome, you're such a good puppy. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Are you just such a good little puppy? You want to be clicker trained every day? Pulled on a leash, maybe? Fed in a bowl? Fed with a bowl, rather. Not fed in a bowl. That's weird. You wouldn't be put in a cage. Anyway, sorry. Getting too into it. Anyway! Heard voice impressions like Stitch and Marvin can help. That is because the same muscles you use for Stitch and like even kind of Mickey Mouse is because they use the same muscles as your larynx. So like a Hanneman's family. So you're always just a couple of adjustments from Stitch 24/7. Gosh. Gosh. So yeah. Holy shit, my voice is gonna be so fucked after all this. But it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. I'm just a stinky bunny. Then you need a bath. The hell? How dare you? You can't be dirty in my house. What the hell? Oh, I forgot to say this too. Okay, there is an app that is very famous for voice training. Let me find it actually. Voice tools. Yeah, thank you. So you may have seen this logo before, Voice Tools. It's an app. It specifically detects pitch and tone, right? And when you open the app, it will have this screen right here where you have a blue and a pink area, which you can turn off in the settings, by the way. And what this is showing you is what hertz your voice is. So if you ever looked into vocal feminization surgery, they will always talk about like what hertz your voice is at the end of it, right? Now, this app is good if you use it correctly. If you use it sparingly and you use it without using those the pink and the blue part, because it's nothing about sounding more feminine or masculine or whatever in like being within that range. If you have this app, you can, and I just do this right now, open the app and just yell, just go, ah, ah, be loud as fuck, right? And I promise you that thing just shoots sky high, because all it's measuring is hertz that the microphone can pick up, right? And it's on a phone, so it's kind of shitty as well. It can help. It can help, right? With feminizing your voice a little bit, or at least understanding your voice better, which is good. But it doesn't necessarily feminize your voice. You can have a high pitch and a high hertz sounding voice, but still have the texture of a more masked sounding voice, right? For me, as an example, my voice, most people would describe it as like a more masculine, feminine voice, right? I have the femininity of like the going, like the texture of that extra texture at top, but then the lowerness and the grittiness of like a more masculine voice or whatever, right? And that is my choice, and that is something you can work on. That is something I've chosen not to work on, at least for now. If that changes in the future, I will let you know. Or rather, you will hear it, but whatever. But use the app to like listen back to yourself. If you don't have like a way of doing that like easily, then it's great because you can listen back to yourself for like 10 seconds while you're reading or while you're saying something. And what you can do, this is actually super useful. You can use that app or any app that shows like pitch and hertz, and you can play, a voice that you really like through a speaker and see which hertz that voice is at roughly, and try to match that if there's, a voice you really like. I actually wish I did this before I started voice training, to be honest, because one of my voice goals when I started voice training was the female voice for V from Cyberpunk. But now my voice is actually too high in comparison to V's voice, which is hilarious, but whatever. It's like, wow, DJ Khaled success. Suffering from success. But if I'd like done that first, I maybe have been like slightly closer to that V voice. But yeah, there you go. Sorry, I went on like a massive tangent. Good chat. Good chat. So there you go. If there's any more questions or whatever, there's a bunch of resources in our Discord. I submitted Discord in the chat if you want to join. And something that is important to always remember is, especially when you're voice training, a lot of people will have problems with like yelling and still sounding feminine or whatever. I want you to do something after the stream. This video with Icky and Finster, right? Icky has an amazing voice, right? All done through voice training.
Why do you have that?
Yeah, give.
Open the window, I gotta eat.
Shut up.
Good job.
Right? She has a very nice voice, all that shit. But, and even Icky, somebody who has been voice training for like 6 years or whatever, on certain occasions when she gets like riled up or she's getting hyped or she's yelling, things like that, and here's a link to the video you can go watch later, her voice will like drop a little lower into what some people would describe masculine, right? So it's important to not stress too much. If your voice drops a little bit, whatever, it's okay. Just go back to, if you need to, like go back to the exercises, the big dog, little dog. Hi, my name is Szycrotic, and you can keep doing it for as long as you want. Yeah, there you go. That is Shy rambles about voice training for way too long. Part fucking billion, whatever. How many times have I fucking yapped about voice training at this point? I don't fucking know. A lot of the time as well, when you are voice training, especially when you raise your larynx, you will find it a lot harder to drop them again later. So, there you go. I hope that helps in any way, shape, or form. Speaking of people with pretty voices, hi, Marin! Just do it! Yeah, but Marin, what if they don't know how to? That's the problem most people have! It's a Marin! Exactly, Tuck. 100%. Your voice also will just fluctuate all the time. So like you will have moments where you just sound slightly more masc, slightly more femme, whatever, for multitudes of reasons. So just don't try to stress too much. And funny enough, the thing with voice training, at least for me, is like the harder you'd like try to do it, the shittier it sounds like, if that makes sense. It could be Anyoas. Where is Samarin? I wonder where the Marin is. Where is that Marin go around? I know where I can find a Marin. There! Attack! Sick 'em, boys! Imagine me like smoking a cigar and have like a top hat and go, sick 'em, boys! Gotta find that comfortable spot, baby. Exactly. Like, sorry, my nose is super itchy and I do not know why. Don't even. I would never do drugs. Go fill a skeleton. Rattle a mind. Gotta rattle them more. I can't. See. Ah! Fuck! I've lost so many voices. Jesus Christ. Couldn't even finish the sentence. Everyone, drugs are not cool. Do not do drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? As a wise man once told me. I'm sorry, I was thinking about a really funny joke I heard earlier. I hate drugs. If you have any, you should give them to me so I can dispose of them. So I can dispose of them safely as they should be. They can't just go in the normal trash. Okay? Okay, even? Linz, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. It's kind of fucking crazy. What's the joke, drugs? No! What makes you say that? Dude, that's crazy! What? Why? Yeah, they have to, like, weirdly go into my mouth. The Z in my screen name is silent, but she's... Wait, what? I've never heard of a silent Z before. Shut the sorry, I thought of the dumbest joke and I had to like stop myself from saying the dumbest shut the fuck up, me. Just because Lynn was taken. I will keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Lynn, for like letting me know. Okay. I hope my, random voice lesson thing, question mark, was good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a nice time and got all your cool questions answered, and I almost said asked, and things like that. Chat, everyone. Pay attention. Everyone, I'm hungry as hell, and I can also tell my voice needs to rest. So, everyone, I will be live tomorrow. You can join the Discord right here to know when I'm live. The fastest, the easiest, without having to rely on the algorithm. Tomorrow, we are playing. Are we playing a game? I can't remember. I fucking god damn it! Whatever. Fuck it. Figure it out tomorrow. Fuck it. Random stream. I have no plans. Fuck it. The plans I used to have, out the window. Doesn't matter. Don't want them anymore. Chat, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the stream. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs, for all the people who come here. We're gonna rate Blade, their drawing. And remember, I know that life can be shitty sometimes, but at least you can be loved, cared for, and be yourself here. Everyone, spread love, spread gayness, and be